All right, there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 11 of the Savage Tide here on the Greyhawk channel. I'm Eric, your host and dungeon master. As always, I'm doing well. This is the first game since is it the first game since PAX Unplugged? I think so. I've lost all concept of time.
No,
It's the
we
second
played
one.
because Kelsa wasn't here.
I was
that's right.
I was in airport watching the game, waiting for my plane after PAX Unplugged while you all were playing.
Yeah, that's right. I have no concept of semblance of time anymore.
It's not real, so who cares?
Yeah.
No, it's not. And I sat and I heckled y'all from the airport.
Yes, I remember that. It was extremely perfect in the chat. Yeah. So
Somebody had to do it.
Yeah, I've changed up my microphone and my lighting, I think, as well. So I'm going, I guess, with makeup tutorial lighting. I'm just trying a ring light and seeing how that goes. And
It reflects kind of oddly, like right behind your head on that poster.
It sort of looks like you're blessed.
Yeah. Well,
The most blessed DM.
it's not wrong. Yeah. So
Too blessed to be stressed.
Okay.
Yeah, we can say that, right?
I think so. I think that's reasonable. Yeah. So enough about me though. Katie, how are you doing?
I'm Katie. I'm doing great. I'm very excited to play. I love this game. I say that every week. I'm playing Finian Cragwolf, Cleric of Istus, and her inspiration thingy this week is solve a problem through knowledge and understanding instead of through force.
Awesome.
She's gonna run away from something.
as Finny does, or run into something.
Or run into something and make you guys deal with it.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Hi, I'm Dempsey. I'm really excited for today. And I play Croc Monteau, Paladin and Cursed Champion of Istis. And my inspiration trigger for today is delight in the savage defeat of a sworn enemy.
Nice.
Rad.
Which I hope is going to fit today. So.
Nice. And hey, I am a pro starter. I play Daquan Blacksail, Storm Sorcerer. And yeah, super happy to be back and have the whole crew here and see what shenanigans we can get up to. My inspirational tag for today is totally over embellish a story because you can't help it. Seven don't do on the reg.
That'll be easy for you.
Yeah.
And I'm Kelsa. Hello. I'm playing Bajko. He's a half-orc barbarian, and my inspiration trigger is during a fight, make sure that others are watching to ensure that they witness that you are destined for fame.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Let's take us over to top view. Some things have changed since last time. I have implemented our calendar for the game. For those who do not know the Greyhawk calendar, it follows a 7-day week of 12 28-day weeks with 4 week-long holidays as well. It's kind of set up into it. Every month is sort of set up the same way, so all the days fall on the same times. But what days are specifically religious holidays, and there's 2 moons, and which days those kind of fall in sort of change over time. But anyways, we're wrapping up with the Wormfall Festival today. It's the end of the we set it at Wormfall is the 10th of Reaping, the current year here of 596. And yeah, so what happened last time on the Savage Tide? Who wants
We
to
met
answer
a
that?
really hot pirate.
Right?
More specifically, because that happens.
Her
a
name
lot.
is Harless. I know, but she was really hot, Eric. She was super hot.
I wasn't even there, and I agree.
You felt the hotness all the way in the airport.
I did.
All right.
Finny had a crisis of faith.
That's valid.
That's all I remember. I just remember the hot pirate.
Then she and Daquan had a little conversation, at which point he told her off, and then we all left without her. And we stole a ship that the only ship that was still intact, and made it back to Sasserine. We had to rush to get there.
We fought some lizard people.
Right.
And we fought some lizard pirates.
Yeah. There were some lizard pirates, and then the storming of the castle. I mean, attempting to rescue Lavinia,
And Cora's dead.
and Cora died. It was very sad. She was already dead when we got there.
Our scone making halfling has hit the dust.
I loved her.
Yeah. Well, apparently not enough.
Not enough.
Got there too late.
Got there too late. I think that was all, wasn't it? Because we didn't get to like question Lavinia or anything because it was going like really because we were fighting so much.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna resume kind of right there as you're sort of consoling, taking out the bodies and all that kind of stuff of these frog people and some of the fallen jade ravens. Well, yeah. So Lavinia has sort of come around and she's been taking her healing potions and is just kind of very fraught, distraught, kind of wondering how this could have happened. And she's going to look to you all for some assistance here.
I blame Fantis.
I think your brother had a lot to do with this, Lavinia. I mean, and she looks at Daquan. Were these the people that were after him too? I only assumed that big guy was the one who wanted to kill Vanthus, so he was taking it out on you, trying to find information.
Aye, that'd be the case. It's all be because of Van Fist. A blowback because of his deeds.
I just don't think I understand. Why would somebody from why would they think I would do something like this and not just my brother?
Well, Lavinia, I'm going to be honest with you here. You come off a little shady sometimes. Just a little bit. And
Make a persuade check to see how delicate you are here, bringing up some ugly ass truths.
man, in Burning Wheel, I have the skill. Hard truths, Eric. I really should be able to fork that into this, 14.
Okay. It's right. It's the meme. It's the hard to swallow pills meme.
Oh yeah.
It works out. So she takes a little gulp there, but chooses not to fight you on it.
Not that I'm not saying that I don't believe you, Lavinia. I mean, I cast a spell and you were completely truthful with us. Even Daquan can't deny that, even though he wants to. But listen, they just didn't. They thought you might have been working with him.
That'd be the case.
And I think a lot of it might have been a little bit of, he hurt their crew, so he's gonna hurt his family. Just pirate stuff. Very uncivilized stuff. Sorry, Daquan, no offense meant.
It's not all the pirates. Don't focus all into one barrel.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
Brother went against and crossed the Crimson Fleet. My parents wouldn't have even done. Which is kind of surprising for her to say, I think. She's definitely coming up a little more. She's more knowledgeable about stuff about her parents for sure. Since we kind of last spoke to her, but she definitely.
I think off of that, they can just go, and not like kind of allowing that I can pick up on it and just kind of saying, well, Compared to what they might have done in the past, it seems FanFest might have wanted to one-up them on what your parents usually do. Wouldn't you agree?
I think so. It's just don't. I understand what drives my brother. At least, at once I thought I did. We both, maybe it's in our blood, but Vanderborns need to be great. Need to push and around, and sometimes in our pushing we
Okay, Bajko comes over and pushes her.
Yeah.
And is like, and like her little skinny human arms, and is like, "You'll never be great. You can't fight to save your own life."
Finny is just hanging her head at this point.
With all due respect, Master Bashko, I will be great.
And
There's
how
more
would
ways
you?
of being great than just fighting.
He shakes his head and like takes a step back.
That's a lie.
Sometimes it's about taking care of people, of others, what you give back, rather than what you take.
I wish your brother would have got that kind of lesson.
Indeed. He was supposed to, and like she kind of like looks around. He was supposed to be learning more while he stayed at Far Shore, but I don't know. Still don't know what happened to him.
Well,
He's
you
supposed to
said it
learn his
yourself.
lesson. But the lesson he learned instead was vindictiveness.
Well, you said it yourself. Your parents would have never double-crossed the Scarlet Fleet. The
Crimson
seems
Fleet.
fan.
Scarlet
the
Brotherhood or
Crimson.
someone else.
Sorry.
They're both red.
The red ship people. But no,
I'm not
I
James
say,
Jacobs. Don't blame me. All right.
and I say, if your parents wouldn't have done it, then it only seems fitting that he would double cross them and come out on top. Something few people have done. Great deed. Whereas your parents would most likely just work with them. Am I right in saying?
She looks at you and says, kind of disgustfully, disgustingly, and goes like, "My parents would never work with such a group. Crimson Fleet, slavers."
That's probably why they're dead.
Finny just like snaps her head over to Bajko. Are you saying it's all right to work with slavers if it keeps you alive?
No, you fight them, you idiot.
She looks at you and says, "No. My parents died in an accident." She looks to Korik, and she looks to Finn. I guess sometimes fate has something to say about things. What do you do when someone says that, when someone was taken for their time in an accident and fate and destiny? How do you console somebody? How do you rectify that?
Yeah, Finny doesn't. She doesn't know how. I was going to ask Eric, could anything that I heard that Lavinia told us about her parents' death in the thing, is that ringing any bells or Finny about like what she knows about this pearl? That it could have been similar?
No, absolutely not.
No.
The
Oh,
pearl,
okay.
the pearl's effects, no one has ever seen or anything. Not just like, oh, this is an accident, as in this is something outside of normal memory.
So
to give you an idea, sorry, real quick, just to give you guys all a perspective, everyone a perspective here of what you witnessed at the cove. You basically were ground zero to a dirty bomb. Like,
Well, that's what I figured. I was wondering if, but
yeah.
her parents was just like a regular fire. It wasn't anything catastrophic.
Exactly.
Okay, that's what I was
Far more
wondering if
mundane.
it was on this, if it was on
Yeah,
the same
gotcha.
level.
Mhm.
But yeah, okay,
Right.
gotcha.
Yeah. So no, I want to keep things in perspective.
Yeah. I figured it was like a huge thing, but I didn't know
no
if her
problem.
parents was the same level.
Yeah, of course.
Um,
Of course.
She walks over to Lavinia and just gently takes her hand in hers. Listen, Lavinia.
She withdraws her hand to a more and
She doesn't
steps
fight her.
back to a more spacious distance.
Yeah,
But
she
listens
lets her
to
go.
you.
She's Lavinia. Fate is cruel. I can tell you that firsthand.
Why do you serve such a cruel master?
Because
She
I
snivels.
trust fate more than I trust anything else. It's what's meant to be.
I'll make what's to be.
Maybe your fate is already sealed, Lavinia. You're either supposed to be great or you're not. And nothing can change that. I, for one, think you're meant to be great. But maybe it was meant to be that your brother turned out to be a little shit.
It's not meant to.
And maybe you're the one that has to stop him.
Maybe
maybe
it's
that's
meant
what
to
your
be
fate
he's to be
is.
redeemed. How do you know?
Lavinia, you were the one who said that if we came to him and he couldn't be stopped, to kill him. You said that yourself.
Right.
I don't think
But
we
what if
have
I
much
change
of a
my
choice
mind?
anymore. Then are you gonna take the blame for everything that he's done? Redemption or not, he's still been the cause of a lot of pain and death and horrible things in Sassarin. And it's not like Sassarine's a great place in the first place, you know.
It does smell pretty bad here in the summer.
Horrible.
What was the servant's name again?
Or
So when she says about redeeming her brother,
yeah.
Daquan's just gonna say, "So you wanna redeem your brother? Did your most faithful servant Cora mean nothing to you then?"
God damn it, Daquan. You know, and she looks at you like, we just take you. And she's like, she looks at you and is just is continues to like to curse, and then she kind of like stops and realizes saying, no, it just seems that everyone that I love ends up dead.
Well, then
What?
maybe you should start punishing those who do it, starting with your brother.
I was taught better than that.
Not everyone can be redeemed.
Vengeance is a holy calling.
I hate to say I agree with Daquan, but I agree with Daquan. Maybe some people are past redemption, Lavinia.
No, nobody's past redemption. Just you very, very firmly.
Are you going to say that to all the people that he's hurt?
No.
You
I'll
can't
show
because
them.
they're dead.
All I can do is make good in the world. When I look at darkness, I look for the stars at night. I look for those who are still shining. I look for those looking for the promise of a new dawn.
Your brother's
I'll give
star
it to
burned
them.
out a long time ago.
Lie.
I wish
you
I
could
did.
Make an insight check.
Okay. An 11?
Yeah. You can tell that
I'm gonna-
she's you can tell that she's like being kind of really serious about it, but you can see that her motives aren't necessarily what she's putting on.
Why do I have advantage?
I don't know, but a 13's a little bit better. You can pick up everyone here talking to her. You can pick up that she just wants family near her, less than the redemption of Vanthus. Right? You're arguing about something that like is tangential to the fact that she's grieving right now.
Hmm. I think Daquan's gonna walk over to her.
Mhm.
And he gets like really close to her. Looks down and is just like, and I'm going to be like doing a persuading. It's going to seem like harsh, but like in that intimidation, I'm trying to get like her riled up. And Daquan's just going to be like, "You're a fool. You ain't going to achieve anything great if you can't make the hard choices, the hard sacrifices. People around you care about are going to die if you can't stand on your own 2 feet. There is nothing about Vanfest that is good. And maybe there is, but he has caused too many people pain for there to be any just cause to let that lie. You want family? Then make your own. Those you can trust. I believe someone who trusted you is laying dead in the hallway.
Yeah, make a roll.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this.
Sure. 20.
20.
Nice. Her tears dry up, and her fist clenches. Say these things to her. He looks at you and says, "Thank you. Thank you, Master Blacksail." He like stares at you, almost like her eyes are threatening you. Says that as she's like you see her resolve calcifying in front of you, her grief, and her rage and her desire for good forms in like an ally or an alloy inside of her. As she straightens up her back a little bit and says, "Do not doubt I have the metal. But sometimes, even the strongest steel needs tempering." And she's going to shake your hand.
He'll do it with the swagger that he normally does, smiling a bit.
He gives her a fist bump instead.
Hey!
So, quick side note, probably because I feel like it's probably a good part of the scene to end on. Quick accounting from last session of the fight. There's some treasure that's unaccounted for that I wanted to go over. So for starters,
I like treasure.
I think you would. For starters, the first mate has 2 things that I want to bring up. The first thing here is that he's wearing a crimson pirate sash that is clearly magical.
Mm.
On it, sort of in like where like it clamps in the middle, like where so imagine a sash and there's a knot, and like where like the knot gets threaded through, there's like something dangling from it. It's like the head of it's clearly like a bull or like a minotaur.
Nice. Daquan would grab that, I think.
Finny just wants any gold. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. She just wants any gold that there's. She's so poor.
That doesn't sound very cleric-like, but okay.
Have you ever met a cleric? This is literally the most cleric thing to do.
There's 17 gold on them.
I am taking it.
Phineas, so poor.
I am
Wait,
so poor.
Don't you have that platinum piece I
I
gave
have
you?
one
You're
piece
fine.
of platinum, which is like more than most people make in their lives in D&D. But also,
Further,
I'm poor.
Furthermore, is the first mate's cutlass. Cutlass is it's serrated. It's got like a pommel with spikes on it. It definitely looks like like brutal pirate kind of weapon. Is also magical. It's got a little like hook in it in the back, like a little hole, like a dangling. And it's got a little like not like a carabiner, but got like a spiked little chain link inside of it as well, like can like rattle around. It's just
Has like a little has a little charm on it, like you'd put on your cell phone.
It's bedazzled. Let's be real.
Nice.
No,
Here for
it's
it.
not.
Here for it.
But I know we are.
If no one wants that, then he'll take it. But if anyone else wants it, I understand that. Yeah.
These things are. I'm just describing the most magical things here, right?
I'm interested in that magical sash because my meta brain is telling me things that it might be.
Yeah, totally.
But Boschko would not fight with a cutlass. That's beneath him.
Okay.
But so I'm just putting that out there. I don't think he's one to really go out and ask for magical items, but Kelsa is interested in that one. So
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
not the sword sash.
What does the sash do?
I think you have to attune to it, right?
Can we get Lavinia to identify it for us? Because she looked at other stuff for us at one time, I think, right?
Yeah, but I feel like considering she just nearly freaking died right now, Katie. She has a
Yeah.
little bit of
I like
busy
to-
work to do right now.
Yeah, and it can be identifying this stuff.
She's not going to waste an hour doing this ritual
it's only
for
10
you.
minutes. It's 10 minutes.
You know that's out of the question.
Our cleric can identify them for me.
It's not. It's
Don't
it's
do
not
this
happening.
to me today.
I'm doing this.
I don't have it.
I'm definitely doing this to you. This is not happening.
Ah! I mean, I don't have. I'm not spending my money to.
Are you
identify
sure
this stuff for
that
you.
I can't just break the
attune to
magic item for XP like in second edition?
No. God,
Okay.
no. Nope.
That was Eric's opinion on second edition right there. No.
That's the one thing I miss out of second edition. Out of all of the BS out of second edition, that's the one thing I miss.
Just attune. Vinny just thumbs up. Just attune. Find out what it does, y'all.
Yeah.
They were using it fine. Clearly, it wasn't cursed.
But then.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna get some downtime, right? So I think we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
I'll go
I
back
also
downstairs
tried to-
and try and find that frog person.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, has Lavinia left the room?
Which one?
The
There's
one that
like
was sit-
plenty of.
You smoking the cigar?
Yeah, the one that was in the main room smoking that cigar, like kind of looking apathetic about everything.
Oh,
The
they've.
main-
Yeah, they're certainly not there anymore. That Hunter
Mhm.
one. Yeah, this is. Yeah, no, those after you've kind of slayed them, you've heard people kind of skedaddle around. You could totally track them down and follow where they came from and stuff like that. That's absolutely possible.
Yeah, I think Dacon's gonna try and start doing that.
Okay, sure.
Finney's going to look at Lavinia and then look back at Korik and Boschko. Lavinia, if you need any help in the next couple of days, just find us. But we have to focus on fighting Vanthus.
5.
Ooh.
Not great. Those are not great goals.
Mm.
Okay. So Daquan. Yeah, you definitely will lose them as everything just looks like slime in the basement down here. But they obviously came in through the basement. You can see that they like basically broke through a nearby like kind of wall and tunneled their way kind of in here, kind of using the sewers to help them.
Mm.
So whichever ones were left down here, they have left.
Yeah, I think Dacon's just gonna be in that area, and then like, if no one else goes, he's just gonna like go into the tunnel and see what he can find. But he'll wait for everyone else.
Okay. But let's cut back over. Korik, what are you doing there? Anything?
Alivinius?
Yeah.
Korik, while people are talking, Korik's gonna start cleaning up the bodies.
Okay.
All the enemies' bodies, at least.
Sure. How are you get? What do you do when you clean them up? Are you like going to prepare them for burial, like the frog bodies and stuff? Are you praying for burial? Are you gonna just burn them? Like what's the plan here? What's the way that you get rid? Like is it more of a like a religious thing, or is it just a more practical matter for you? Is it like a reverence thing? Like what is the like how? Like what is
Yeah,
what's your approach to this, Corey?
he's a paladin now. He's a paladin now, so his approach to like death and stuff has changed.
Is it different for the bullywugs than say like the fall like any like the two Jade Ravens who fell? Ricora? Is it different?
I think it's
off the thing. Lavinia's taking care of that.
Yeah, I think it's definitely different. He sees like the bullywugs as obstacles to his destiny, and so they're not like he doesn't treat their bodies very well. He's kind of like wrapping them up in what he can like find, so people can't really identify the bodies from like sight at least.
Okay.
And he's gonna try and like, dispose of them in a way so nobody can find them. Because he doesn't want to deal with any more, like he's trying to like minimize what people know about like, the Crimson Fleet being here. I think he'll treat like the Jade Ravens with more reverence, I guess. Like he's not going to like dispose of their bodies. He's gonna let like Lavinia's people like just deal with them, but he'll like like wrap them up and like treat them carefully.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay. Okay. Cool. I like it. So you're gonna treat them. Okay. So everyone else pretty reverently, but you're gonna treat the enemies less so.
Yes.
All right, and then let's go back to Finn. So Finn, you want to go back and kind of identify these things?
I'm not casting this. I'm not casting the spell. No.
Oh, okay.
I can try do my most knowledgeable Arcana check on them, but I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not casting that
Yeah,
spell.
definitely Arcana check them. That gives you an idea of sort of you can read the sort of type of enchantments or schools of magic on them.
Yeah, that's a 12.
Right. The belt definitely resonates with transmutation magic.
Okay.
The sword is just a powerful enchantment.
Okay. Do you still have those things, Daquan? You took both of them, didn't you? Or did you give the sash to Boshko? You're muted.
No one said anything, so I think like Daquan, like he would have been back, so I would have been there because you would have looked at him. So I think he would have like come back and been like, "There's a sewer thing," and then like you're looking over them. So
Okay, yeah, got you. So yeah, she says about what they are, what she knows. Anyone want them?
and I'm not really an up close fighter, but I don't know what the sash does.
Transmutation. It's going to change something. Correct, Flashco? She just holds it up.
Let's take a look at
Want it? You want it? Here you go. Come get it.
Then there's a couple other magic items I wanted to bring over too from the cleric that was here too. The fish.
Oh yeah.
The giant frog person cleric.
Gimme.
Oh, yeah.
So in addition to their standard combat gear that they were wearing, there's a fishbone spear. But in terms of things that are magic, their armor is magical. They're wearing some sort of like a thin sash over them that's made out of the skin of some sort of rare catfish from the Medio jungles. It's definitely resonating as magical.
I want it.
Yeah.
All the animal things I knew.
Vinny,
I
Finn
No.
does
Oh yeah,
not
so for
need
everyone,
more animal skins.
yeah, so for everyone who doesn't know right now, currently Finn is currently wearing the hides, magical hides of enchanted beetles, as well as wearing a cloak of the manta, which I've described as a quasi-living octopus thing that just sits on your back that needs to get wet
Now
eventually.
you guys know why
Yeah.
she got so excited when they went into what's his name's place, the stuff, the taxidermist. Now you guys know.
Right. So
I love the
Any,
real
like, dead things on her body.
Give me all the high.
and there is one more thing there too. There seems to be a little like an unidentified knuckle bone, sort of like off an earring of the.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to. Does it feel magical?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm good. Can I? Does my Arcana check, is that carrying over, or can I do another one to see?
Do
what
another one
that
for these ones
specifically
because
is?
those
I'm
are
gonna use
the
my-
stuff that Daquan has.
Okay, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
23.
Yeah. So this is not a knuckle bone, but this is a piece of a spinal piece of a deep sea fish that doesn't even live from this plane. It's actually from I think from this point. I think you can tell this is from not Shadow Shore. What's it called? I have to look at my notes for a second, but it's from the Abyss.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping that. Actually, I'm going to start attuning to it because I want to know what it does.
Okay. All right. Just
This is from a weird creature
this is
from,
from
the
the
abyss.
Abyss.
I
And
love
you're like,
knowledge.
give it to me.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
And I also want to just for. I'm going to keep the sash that I found on the cleric. I'm not going to attune to it yet.
You're keeping it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want anyone else to have it. I'm selfish.
The one on the cleric though, not the
Yeah, not the one that Daquan had. The one on the
Right.
cleric.
Got it. The
the
catfish sash.
Catfish. Yeah, catfish sash. But I am attuning to the little piece of bone. I'm
Okay,
just gonna. Finny's actually going to take it and curl it up into her hair and pin it.
Is the cutlass? Is it like a one-handed weapon or anything like that? Like,
Yeah,
is it
it's a
like stats?
scimitar. It has stats for a scimitar.
okay.
Are we cool with jumping ahead and you guys attuning to this stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So for starters, the belt behaves as gauntlets of ogre power, but it's a belt. The belt of ogre power, so it makes your strength 19.
Nice.
The cutlass is a +1 scimitar. The sash, the strange catfish sash, is just +1 leather armor. The weird spine bone is actually a little thing of my own design. It behaves like an Io Stone of Wisdom, so you're getting +2 Wisdom, but it's an Io Stone of the Abyss. So you can raise your Wisdom by 2, but you decrease your Intelligence by 2.
I'm actually okay with that.
Okay.
Very good.
My intelligence only goes to a 12. It's not that bad.
Oh, I was like, let's
Yeah,
be stupid
sorry, Corey.
together.
You also yeah. I think it's also pretty fair that to say that you would gain this belongs, and this is a fragment of something belonging to the abyssal demon Dagon. So it's affiliated to that. So any creature with Dagon, you might be able to position yourself in some form of power. Like it's a sacred charm, like kind of like if you were favored of this god, you might have this.
Awesome.
That should worry you.
It does a little bit, but not Katie. Katie thinks it's awesome.
Okay.
But Finny is like, it's a pretty cool accessory though. I'm gonna wear it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just might not like this.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you would know that it's very powerful. But it's it's affiliated with the abyssal prince Dagon. Is it Dagon? Is that how you pronounce it? I always said Dagon. Is it Dagon?
I've always said Dagon.
Yeah, all right, Dagon.
Soft A.
Awesome. That was the magical gear from last session. Yeah. So if we're going
No,
to...
if anyone wants that catfish armor, though, you can have it, because I'm just going to keep my hide armor. It's just +1 leather. If anyone needs +1 leather. If not, I'm just going to probably find a way to sell it.
I think you might. I think Kelso or
Do you
Dempsey might
need
it.
armor?
Uh,
Well, Barbarian gets a bonus if they don't wear armor, so
Yeah, I get a what is the stats on the armor? Because I think
it's
my
just +1 leather.
Right. So
Okay,
it's just, its
then-
armor class is leather, but gives you +1.
and leather is 11, right? So that'd be 12. So I'm have a higher armor class naked, with unarmored defense.
So
Yeah,
fighting
but
the
you don't want her
mood.
the catfish skin?
I mean, actually, technically, because I still get my dex modifier, I would actually go up to a 14 instead of a 13. So I guess I'll take it.
Yeah,
Catfish
she'll give it
stash?
to you.
But
We
But then I
look
can't-
fresh as hell. All
but
of
then
us
I
do.
can't say that Bajko never wears a shirt ever.
It's true.
So.
It's like a
Wear
belt.
open.
It's like a
Wear
belt, though.
open.
It's a sash, though. Like, it's a sash.
Yeah, it's we're open.
Oh, I thought that. Oh, that's a sash too. Can I
Yeah.
wear?
You have a
sashes?
belt. One's a belt, and the other is a sash, right? So one takes up like your
Oh,
chest, and the other one would be
sweet.
like your.
But I don't have to wear a shirt, so I'm,
But-
all,
yeah.
I'm all for this.
Keep in mind, attunement's a thing, right? So you can only have so many attuned items to you.
How many attuned items is it? Is it 3?
Free. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I have 0 and now I have 2. Perfect. I accept.
Nice.
Yeah, we look fresh as hell. We're the freshest group in Sassarin right now.
That's not true at
We
all.
look-
You're
Shut
wearing
up.
disgusting, bloodied fish guts.
Eric, stop doing this to me today.
You mean delicious bloodied fish guts?
Maybe.
Sushi, anyone?
Not really.
Listen, my skin is bloodied fish guts. So
Korik is bloody fish guts.
Okay. So it's the next day. It's the 11th. Oh, what's up?
Could I say as well that like as everyone was leaving and stuff, I would have went down into the. Because I said I was gonna go down there if no one else was going down there anyway, and
Yeah.
go into the sewers and just like check it out and see where it comes out of.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I was-
yeah. Right. So you want to go explore the sewers real quick?
Yeah.
Before
Sure.
we go on that, Eric, real quick, did the cleric have any gold?
No.
God damn it. Okay, continue.
Okay. So here's what you find out, Daquan. Exploring around. You don't have to go too far till you begin. Do you have any magical ways of tracking somebody?
I don't believe I do. Let me just check.
Well, it seems as though you're down in the sewers and you're getting. It's like you're waist deep in muck right now, and you just lose. They just seem to vanish. Like you're following trails and signs of things, but then can you make a perception check for me, please?
I certainly can. 10.
Cool. Good news and bad news. Good news is that you found a down here. Just real quick, I'm gonna make sure I say it right. Check my notes real quick. Right. So you find an old staff, like a walking staff, and it comes and you would, by looking at this, you remember, and you have a quick little flashback. It's one of the Jade Ravens stashes, the dwarf druid, a little favorable little stick of theirs. You find that down here. So that's a good news. The bad news is I need you to make a Constitution save for me, please.
You're not my dad. I
Yeah,
can
I
do
am.
that for you,
I'll make a Constitution save.
son.
One sport. Okay,
13.
you're fine. You don't get filth fever.
Nice.
But
Good.
nope, you can leave here with a little sign of from the Jade Ravens, and the sinking suspicion that maybe one of them was taken alive.
Interesting.
But
I'll
that's
take the
probably
staff.
fine.
Yeah. Is the staff magical in any way?
Nope. Just a walking stick.
Okay.
It's magical to him. It's his most favorite stick.
It's
Stack.
let's just to clarify it some more. Maybe it's probably covered in Bullywug stomach slime, like it was swallowed and spit out.
Interesting. Okay. I'll take it.
Probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're pretty sure it's fine. You're not getting the weird suspicion that maybe Cascus is alive.
Who?
Cascus is the name of the druid.
Oh, right. I never met them, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you met them once.
Did I?
Yeah, you met all of
This is
them.
me. This is me adding to the character. Like,
Oh, right.
Did I?
I don't know the guy. So,
But no, I mean, I might be able to get someone to track them with this goo or the stick.
cool. So, it's God's Day, so no work really gets done today throughout Sassurin. It's probably a good time for people to rest up, recuperate. This is a good day. I know, Lavinia was going to be very, very busy trying to wrestle her manor instead and begin to make preparations for a funeral for Cora, writing out letters to our extended family. All the things for a funeral. But a couple things come in. I want to ask, where are you guys staying? Are you staying at the manor? Do you have other arrangements?
If Lavinia didn't kick Finny out, then she's going to continue to stay there because Lavinia had offered her that room.
Yeah, you can still stay there.
Bajko still stays in his one bedroom, or not even one bedroom, studio apartment. This it's not even really a studio apartment. It's a room, a boarding house down by the what you call it place? The fight place.
The arena.
Oh, the arena. So
Arena,
you stay up in
that's the
Champions
word.
District. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. You're renting a little spot in the Champions District. Okay. I want to do a quick little scene with you, Vinny, that you're staying here. But before we do that, Cork, where are you staying?
Cork is also staying in like a I don't know.
Are you and Bajko roommates?
No, we're not roommates.
Okay.
We're totally not roommates. But Cork also has like a place over in the Champions District.
Okay. Is it nicer? Who has the nicer apartment?
I have the nicer apartment.
Okay. Give it. Sure. That makes sense. I buy that. All right. So
I'm older. So.
Does your apartment actually have like, I don't know, a stove or multiple rooms?
My apartment it's like a nice like one bedroom with like a kitchenette, you know. So he can cook if he wanted to, but Cork doesn't know how to cook. So
And Bajko doesn't know how to cook either, so it doesn't matter that there's no way to cook in his apartment.
Cork just likes to know that he could cook if he wanted to. He grew up as a slave, so he likes nice things.
Sure. Makes sense. It's a little bit splurgy. Alright. So, Finn, I think as you're getting ready to go to bed, I think Lavinia wants to calls on you. Muted.
I pushed the button. God damn it. Yeah, Finny goes to see her or lets her in, whatever, you know.
Right. It's, Lady Cragwolf. Afraid. Finn. Sorry, I'm having trouble sleeping, and something is plaguing my thoughts lately. She looks like she's trying to like really take her time mulling over the things she wants to really say to you. Like she knows, like, the thing I'm here to talk to you about is just, it's something of great import.
Yeah, and
like,
Finny's just
she's,
sitting.
not
Finny's
getting
there
on
with
it.
big. Yeah, Finny's with like big eyes, just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um.
Just like waiting for her to.
Well, I think it's, I'm starting to consider that perhaps the contract between Valen and House Vanderborn might be at its end.
That's perfectly fair.
I appreciate everything you've done with us, but think not sure. I think we might have ideological differences. Nothing about your duties that I found displeasurable. You've all conducted yourselves in what I would say is perfectly fair manners for mercenaries. I would be happy to write a good letter of recommendation wherever you want to go, but she's like really upset about it, and she's still not really sure. Like she's saying this stuff, but you can tell, right? Like this doesn't require an insight roll or anything. And she's not necessarily convinced on this idea herself, but she's doing it anyways, I think. After kind of what everyone said to her, that I think due to some ideological differences, I think perhaps we should just agree to amicably part ways.
What are those differences, Lavinia?
You are all, she tries to put this delicately, you all have a very particularly good set of skills. Skills that let you excel at your crafts. However, in these future months, the skills that I will require just a different set of skills. Skills that benefit the city as a whole. Skills that will hopefully translate well to, well, the governing. What she says. That's all she says. Governing. Make an insight check. See what she means when she says that.
Okay. 18.
Yeah. You know she intends, when she says governing, you know that you don't govern a city. You don't really govern your house. You could govern, like, for example, her family's colony. That you think she's probably getting ready. Like, you read that that's her plan in the future from here. The first spark of this idea.
Lavinia, I can't make any decisions for you. And I understand if you want to end the contract that you made with us. But I can tell you for sure, they're not going to stop looking for Vanthus. Contract or not. I think it's personal at this point.
I understand. Just says very plainly.
Why don't you use whatever connections that you have, your governing skills, to call your brother home? If he's gonna listen to anyone, it'll be you, right?
I have tried, Lady Crab. Several times I've reached out to everyone. As now that my affairs are in greater order thanks to the Jade Ravens, I've been able to communicate with my extended family as well. No one has seen him since looks back to the accident, referring to Kraken's Cove.
I'm not telling you to lie, because it's true that the only chance he has to stay alive is you. Maybe that will appeal to him. They're going to find him eventually, and he's going to die.
I'm not naive. And she finally calls you by your name. I know, but I'm hoping Vanthus will see for the first time that I too can be smart, clever, more clever than him. I'm reaching out to him for help. I'm reaching out to him as a trap. Lure him. He preys on the weak, on the ambitious. He can't help himself. That's his pattern. those who crave power, he promises to help them and then betrays them. Well, I have been coming into more and more power that no doubt he thinks is probably should be his. She doesn't tell you how she knows that. But nevertheless, I believe my brother will find these calls for help from me, from a sheep, and not suspect a wolf.
Finny, that's not her name. Lavinia, regardless of contract, I'll help you. Because I trust you. I think you're a good person. And I think that your motives are very honorable.
I trust you too, Finian. Sincerely, I do. Even though we do not see eye to eye on certain
I think we see more.
Prestidigitation. Whatever.
That's spell.
Prestidigitory. No, that's not prestidigitation. Predestination matters.
Predestination. That's a better word.
Predestinations.
I think we see more eye to eye on things than you realize.
Oh, I agree. I didn't mean to imply that we don't. We have far more in common than we know. You are the moral center of your group.
Yeah! Thank you for saying that. That means a lot to me.
I see it in you. Yeah.
You can all shut up.
I know. I see it in you.
I think Finny just like nods her head and just, well, hopefully the lady of our fate will smile on you and your fate. It's all I can ask for. It's all any of us can ask for, right? Most people don't choose Istis to serve. They usually just pray to her in times of need. She's one of those goddesses that people just use when they want to, when they need something. And I think that's why she's so fickle.
Perhaps this will be the first and only instance where I think I know more about Istis than their very cleric. You say that you may only hope that she is smiling, but I know for certain that she is.
I pray you're right, Lavinia. But I'll help you whatever you need.
Thank you. Yeah, so I think she's going to draft up the cancellation papers. You guys can expect a sort of like payment for like, you know, as a farewell kind of thing, like a severance package kind of deal, unless you all agree that you want to stay in her employ. Right. But that's something to discuss in the morning. Perhaps when you guys reconvene, that could be something. But there's some other matters to attend to as well the following day. Right. So this is like during God's Day. Once again, all the shops and things are kind of closed today. You know, this is basically Sunday. This was like a weird religious kind of thing. But to keep in mind here, there's some sort of things. For example, I'm not sure. I think it's probably fair to say that most people know the story of what happened to you all at this point. So there's a couple of things to attend to. First is the matters of the docks and your ship. You actually haven't paid for docking the Sea Wyvern here.
I was actually, when you asked where we were staying, I've been staying on the ship as the de facto captain. Good. I've been paying for it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure somebody like on the docks was like, "Yo, like this is a nice ass ship. Whose is it? Now who's the captain here?"
I like step out. That'd be me.
Ah, great. Here you go. And then he like pulls out a little scroll, and it's clearly mooring charges, like 500 gold. You basically parked
I-
in a not a handicap spot, but like you parked in a. You weren't supposed to moor your ship there.
Like the loading zone. You parked in
Yeah,
the
you
loading
parked in
zone.
the loading zone.
Boo.
I'm pretty sure there wasn't a loading zone sign when you.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Can I
On
go
God's-
down there and
like this? That only
confront
counts
this?
for when it's on God's day. I clearly parked after 8 p.m. It's God's. You know what I mean? It's not. You know,
The tide is low.
yeah, it's one of those scenarios, right?
Is there like a boot? Like what's the version of a boot for a ship? It'd have to be an anchor,
An
right?
anchor,
This like
no.
anchor.
Can I try and like talk
Hmm?
to that guy and get it done down?
He's just a delivery person. He's a courier. You can
Yeah.
you can
Wait,
convince him all
who
you
is
want.
who is the new dock person? I can't remember. I know you said, right?
Yeah, it's the youngest son of so it's the House Kiltar, Islarin. It's it was originally Keltar, and now it's Kolta. So it's Kolta Islarin. All right,
Okay.
it's also in a handout.
Whenever we get a chance, I wanna like go
Yeah.
see him and stuff.
Well, you will all have your chance here, because you've all been invited to join a in tomorrow, like basically the day after God's Day. You've all been invited to attend a Dawn Council meeting. You are all recipients of a little badge for Sassarin for your service, helping Lavinia. Upon recommendation by Lady Vanderborn, you are hereby requested to join the Dawn Council the following day. Like it's a nice, like it's official letter. Like you're all gonna get an accolade for what you did to help her. You don't get a key to the city. You're not Batman.
Shut up!
You get no. It's just a nice little thank you. It's a little handshake and get to meet the big noble people who run the city.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay. Well, I think as the day goes by, then I think Daquan is gonna go see this Kota, and he's going to because Rowan wanted to see him as well. Into Black Lotus.
yes. Okay, so you can go see Rowan.
I'm gonna see Kota first, and then Rowan because I'm at the docks already.
Right. Um.
That's my plan for today.
Yeah. All right. That's awesome. What's everyone else doing? There's no arena things today, unfortunately. It's God's Day. People don't fight on God's Day.
Finny is going to first see if Lavinia needs any help with the funeral arrangements and anything.
Yeah,
because
totally. Oh shoot, absolutely
Finny.
need some help. With the loss of Bora, she could definitely use some help with administrative duties.
Yeah, that's what Finny will do. And if she has any time toward the end of the day, she's going to go to the Museum of Sassarin where she works.
Oh
She's
yeah,
gonna
that's
go back there.
extremely kind of you.
Yeah, she's gonna help
Awesome.
Lavinia.
What about Korik and Bashko?
Is there a I don't know. Korik wants to go and see like other people who like worship Istis.
Hmm.
Do you want to go to the temple?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a small little shrine. It's in the Sunrise District, which is the southernmost district. I can bring it up on the map. I just want to make sure I grab the right spot. That's what I thought. It's in Needle. It's off the coast of Needle Lane. So I'll bring us over to the player's map so we can all see it. Literally, like right. Okay, I have to grab it from the other screen. And we are like right there. This is the Shrine to Istis.
Cool.
Down here. Yeah. So it's a small little temple. It juts against a little museum. Is there? Would you like go in? It looks pretty nondescript. So for those who don't know, Istis' symbol is kind of just like a little bit of like thread and a needle. So like it looks like almost like it would be like a sewer, seamstress shop. But it's way too It's less ostentatious than any seamstress shop you've seen. Threadery? I don't know. Panera Thread? I don't know what it's called. But what do you do?
I think Cork is like kind of like hiding himself in like a cloak because he looks scary. He's quite terrifying. And he's gonna like go in, but he won't like go all the way in. He'll like go in the door and then like step to the side. Like he doesn't want to go like, I don't know. He wants to like peek in and see like what's going on, I guess.
Sure. Nothing like what? Like nothing. It's just kind of like so like you open the door and you go in or not? Like, or is this more of just like a I'm looking around to the side kind of stuff? You know, like
yeah, he's like looking around. Yeah, he wants to see like what's going on in there. Like,
yeah. Nice. Seemingly out of nowhere, a lady on the street behind you, with black hair, clearly like some sort of spellcaster. Based on her dress, and her disposition, a powerful spellcaster. Comes behind you and says, "I believe that place is open, Master Monto."
He jumps and he's like, "Who are you?" After kind of
I'm a
like
friend.
settling himself after being surprised.
Yeah. Just as a friend.
How do you know my name?
I have friends in the Dawn Council. I saw your name listed for your award to have tomorrow.
Says I was just looking. I don't know if I want to go in or not.
Just looking. What are you afraid of? If you don't mind me asking.
Scaring them?
No. She like puts her hands behind her back and like confidently strides closer to you. This mysterious spellcaster. She has like black hair. She looks like Yennefer from The Witcher. It's probably the closest thing I can think of when she comes to you, or like a cross between Yennefer and the mom from the Addams Family. She comes over to you,
You mean
and
Morticia Adams?
Miss Addams, yeah. I don't know her first name.
It's Morticia.
Oh, it's Morticia.
Morticia.
Yeah, yes, it's Morticia. Okay. Well, believe me when I say I know all too well about fear, and you have nothing to be afraid of. This is very assuringly to herself, or to you.
He says, "Well, I've never really prayed to a god, but now I serve one."
To tell you the truth, I didn't for a long time either. I preferred more of the eldritch knowledge than the divine. But the gods have a way, a plan for us all, do they not?
I suppose there is one plan.
Spoken like a believer. You'll be more welcome here than you think. Come. And she's going to open the door. Invite you in.
Court goes in.
It's currently empty in here. But you can see there's a small little shrine just set up here. There says like museum entrance, like arrow pointing to the back. But instead, there's it's a small little sanctuary here to pray. It's very, very plain in here. It's almost understated. But you get the sense here that like everything about the altar, the backdrop behind it, the gentle candles around, it all sort of works together in that whoever made this, they're all like part of the same sort of collection. There's a small, very, very minor, it has a sort of like a woven texture. Have you all seen Damascus steel before? Like that swirly metal? It has like that sort of like ingrained in sort of the gold and stuff like that. The nice gold sort of pots that hold the candles, right? The candlestick holders. The nice like stone altar. Like it all seems to work together, but it all gives the impression of like a web around it. That this whole place is taken care of in like a net, in a web of some kind. In threads, maybe. She says, and so this lady comes in and says, now have you ever prayed at an altar before?
Never.
Oh. Then perhaps it would be too embarrassing if I watched you. I'll leave you alone with it. And she, with a flick of her hand, she just blinks out of existence.
Wait, what's your name?
She's not there.
Yeah. Korik goes up to the altar and he kind of like takes off his like sword and he kneels and he starts to I guess pray to Istis, not really asking for anything because he feels that he like knows what he needs to do, but maybe asking for, I don't know, for guidance with Vanthus, if like what is his fate, what is his destiny.
So you're asking about Vanthus.
Yes.
Can you roll a charisma check for me, like a charisma saving throw?
Can do. Oh, I have my spells.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, so here's it's the answer to Vanthus's fate is rather unclear, but you are able to divine a couple things. For starters, I believe. Okay. Can you ask me a more pointed question? Because I rather than just like spill the whole thing. What exactly do you want to know about their fate?
Can Vanthus be redeemed?
You get a yes and no. The sense that, yeah, you get a strong sense that they can be redeemed, but you don't get the strong sense that they should be redeemed.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So Korik gets up after praying and everything, and he goes into the museum. See if anybody else is there.
Yeah. There's an older man here. You can clearly see that he's old. You know what? How about just make a quick little history check at advantage to know this person?
Okay.
Because they're like a very famous noble here.
Oh, history is not Cork's strong suit.
Yeah, that's fine. 13. Yeah, that's enough. You know this man as Warren of House Lidu. Warren is maybe like 80 something years old, man. And he's currently looking at a skull embedded with 4 ruby gems in it. He's dressed pretty plainly. He's not clearly like religious at all or anything like that. He's here as a visitor, visiting the museum. But you haven't seen any members of the faith here.
Okay. Cool.
He's the only one here.
So I go up to him and I ask, where are the other followers of Istus?
Oh, I believe they're making house calls at the time. These uncertain times of our future means there's a high demand of people who can see beyond the horizon, it says with a wry smile.
And what are you doing? What is that?
This is my museum, or was. Gifted it. Says with a nice little smile.
And what is that in your hand?
It's a holy artifact, Ouijas, goddess of magic, law, death, and love. He looks at it fondly. Yeah, he doesn't lead on to what exactly the thing does, but Ouijas is, yeah, they're important. Clearly this is some sort of artifact for them.
Yeah.
May not, yeah, he's like, well, I may not be an elf, but I've seen my years here. I've seen this city, its ups and downs, and never known a more precarious time than now.
It is not the fate of Zassarin to be demolished. It will continue for a long time to come.
Hey, I think he looks at you and says, well, in these trying times, I guess I shouldn't be surprised to see new members of the church. Are you here to tell me my fortune? My destiny?
I cannot tell you your destiny. I can only say that, what can he say? That you will not be raised. R-A-Z-E-D. Raised.
Or then perhaps there's still a chance to heal.
Perhaps.
He looks back at the artifact. There was a time when I was young, kid. There was a time when this used to mean something. Looking at the skull for Ouijas. World's changing. We better change along with it.
I agree.
He looks at you and smiles. He's unafraid of how you look. And he holds out his hand to shake your hand.
I shake his hand with my slimy fish hand.
He's fine with it. He seems relatively relaxed for being an old noble. Yeah. Warren, he holds his, as he's shaking your hand.
Crook.
Oric. Yes. Thought and he looks at you as the gladiator.
Yeah.
Ah.
Um,
The hero who saved Lavinia?
yes. I guess.
I thought. Huh.
There were 4 of us, so.
Of course. A true adventuring party. Back in my day, there were 6 of us. We used to have hirelings that carried torches. Because it was so
we can't
deadly.
afford that.
Ah. Well. See, things have changed in the world, and fair enough.
Fair enough.
Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yes.
You are going to the Dawn Council, are you not?
Yes.
Good.
I haven't decided.
He looks at you and is like, you definitely should.
Okay.
And I think, are you being like conscientious of like how you look? Him?
Yes. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Um,
You do not have to be afraid of who you are. Sasserine accepts everybody for who they are.
I am somewhere between life and death.
Me too, Sonny. He laughs.
I suppose so.
When a devout of the goddess of fate says maybe so, about being up in my years, means I'm not dead yet. Take that as a victory for old Warren here.
Maybe you should get your fate told.
My fate and the city's fate are tied, kid. That I know. Giving the city everything. There's what the ruling privilege demands. Sense of duty. There are ugly things in the past of this city. Horrible things. City is forged on bloodshed. Deals. Backstabs. Skullduggery. But there is a plenty good here too. Good worth fighting for. Worth saving. Looks very once again back at that skull. Like he's like, this is clearly something about this thing and history in his past related to it.
So what does that skull do?
Not always about what it does, kid, but what it represents. The time. The city worked in harmony. Not so much anymore.
And do you think harmony could be restored?
I do. One day. I hope to be around when that happens.
And does the skull have anything to do with it?
You should ask that lady who was with you earlier.
Who was she?
He like looks at you and then says, your friend? Lady Sione?
Lady Sione.
Hi. He looks at you and like you clearly don't know it. He's like, she's the lady of the Witch Warden Tower. Most powerful spellcaster in Sasharin. The Witch Wardens are a group of basically like Ouija's paladins.
Mm-hmm.
And she leads them.
Okay. Do you know where I could find her?
I would begin by asking her at her home. But she's the type who she finds who she wants to talk to and goes from there.
All right.
She's never been a patient one.
Well, she's not the only one.
Is there anything else to ask? That's probably seen.
Yeah, I think that's scene. Korik's gonna go and grab his sword and leave to go and find her.
Oh yeah, cool. All right, let's go, Kelsa and Boschko, and let's see. What would you be doing in this time?
Probably after attuning to this sash of giant strength or whatever.
Yep.
Ogre power.
Yeah.
I want to show off how strong I am. The arena's not open, but I'm sure there are maybe actually I go back down to what's the word? Shadow Shore, where I have family down there still, even though my sister is dead. And maybe I just go and lift stuff from my extended family, maybe to see Boschko's aunts and cousins and stuff, and just hauling barrels and breaking apart just gross old stuff that they've been meaning to get around to doing something about, but they just haven't,
Oh yeah. So you spend the day with your family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super sweet. Is it nice being back with them, or is it pretty miserable, actually?
I mean, Shadow Shore is a pretty miserable place.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be with the family, so. He goes from his little tiny cramped apartment that is just his to his family's place, which is a tiny cramped apartment, just slightly larger, but there's 6 people living there.
Yep. Instead of 1 person, there's 6. And to make it worse, is that there's as the camera's panning up through Shadow Shore, up to where your family lives, you find out there's big old signs for bounties for rats. That there's a rat problem. And you have killed your fair share in your family's house here too. Enough to know that rats of these types and qualities, something is pushing them from the sewers.
Hmm.
But
I'll make sure.
rumors abound of what that could be.
making a mental note about that. So
And I think so. Do you have any other family, like immediate family? Is it just your mom and dad, or just your mom, or just your dad, or
no, like
uncle,
it's
grandmother?
I got. I think it's a pretty large extended family, actually.
Okay.
Like, for as much as Boschko is on a kick for to take out Vantis for killing his sister, he's got a lot of family still.
Sure.
Like, it was only him and his sister as far as his immediate family. Like, both of his parents are dead, but he's got his, like, a bunch of aunts, uncles, cousins, grandmother is who he's there for.
Yeah.
So
Love it. Cool. All right, I'm into it. Yeah. So I think do they all kind of like you, or is it kind of mixed, or what? Or how do you fit in your role of your family?
I feel like most of them like him, but a few of them are like bitterly jealous that he now lives up near the arena and has a
Sure.
is starting to make a name for himself. They're
Yeah.
you know.
Totally. Okay.
But the rest of them are like, "Oh, yay, so good for you, and I'm so glad you're coming back and helping us." And they're like, "Oh, I can't believe, look, Boschko lowering himself down to our level."
Champion of Sasserine, everybody. Everyone, like,
right?
Where's your champions medals yet from the arena?
And so probably there's at least one scene of him just like whooping the ass of like 5 of his cousins who all come at him are like trying to prove themselves.
Oh yeah, for sure. Before you eat.
Definitely. Yeah.
Definitely. But I think they're gonna ask you a little bit about the rumors they've heard about you and Lavinia, rumors they heard about. It's like, so but we're on the street down here is that you've been working with getting pretty close to the Black Sail and the other fighter, and some creepy cleric going around with the
she
beetle,
is pretty creepy. I'll agree.
god of like insects or something, right?
I don't really pay attention to all that magic bullshit.
Hmm.
Korik has been kind to me. He's taken me under his wing.
Is it true that he's a demon now?
He's got some freaky shit going on, but it's not a demon.
Oh, we heard that he has wings.
Boschko kind of blinks like, what?
Yeah, like horns and stuff. That's why he doesn't show his face anymore.
It's amazing rumors to have flown in the last 12 hours since we got back on a ship.
I mean, Lavinia being attacked is like, well, it was a pretty uneventful wormfall. Except for Nobles get attacked, word spreads,
Indeed. It's been hard, but good. I'm making a name for myself.
I think your mom looks at you and says, "You are Boschko. You are. Proud of you." I think your cousins are being like, yeah, we don't always show it, and he like punches you in the arm, but I just do that nod like you're all right in their books.
We don't always show it, and then they don't finish the sentence.
Right, we don't show it, but
yeah.
Then they punch you, then they just fight instead. But that means when they fight you this time, that means they really like you and respect you.
Right. As opposed to the other cousins that were fighting me earlier who don't like or respect me. Yeah.
Yeah. Shower Shore's been getting worse and worse these days. You thought with the Lotus Dragons, things would be clearing up. I haven't seen them around for some time. Rumor has it that they've been in hiding, licking their wounds. Anything to say about that?
They deserve what they got.
All I can say is, and it like grabs a little dinner knife and like stabs a rat going by. Says, there's a lot fewer rats around, and Lotus dragons were flexing their muscles. Can't say it was all too bad.
I suspect there's something down in those sewers. Let's take a look.
I don't have to tell you to be careful. I'm sure you'd be handling yourself just fine up there in the Champions District and saving the city and whatnot. Lavinia, Vanderborn, whatever that human is. But there's something else down there. Been hearing folks going missing.
How long's that been going on? None of our people.
Some. Doesn't seem no rhyme or reason. Seems they're just picking off whoever's just in the wrong place.
We don't like that at all.
The guards say that it's some sort of giving him a name. Lantern killer? Something.
Since when have you listened to what the guards have to say?
Since more and more people are going missing. Those stories are true.
I'm making some powerful friends, and I'll see what I can do. That ain't right.
Well, the city drags its feet when it comes to this part of town.
I ain't going to the city.
Yeah, I'm just like, nah. What are you gonna do?
I kind of up nod to where I've left my spear next to the door.
Mhm.
And I'm like, take care of things, like I always do.
That's probably that might be about scene, I think.
Yeah.
But
That's good.
there is one more thing that happens like before we cut away. So like as you're probably like heading back to the Champions District or something, there's a deep human voice, and he's kind of it's a man that looks like they're made out of marble, like literally like out of marble. He's like wearing a cloak. He like brings it down, and he's got violet eyes, and he says to you, "Master Bajko, I have a minute of your time."
Who the hell are you?
Not who I am, but what I represent. And he shows you a little symbol. It looks like a set of crossed swords and a tornado. Love it.
Do I recognize that symbol at all?
Yeah. Roll with advantage here.
What am I rolling?
I
History?
guess probably history, right?
Oh god, I'm pooping.
Or
history.
investigation, charisma. The room.
Oh, investigation would be way better, but
you've heard of this. You kind of like vaguely heard of this group. You think
Okay,
this is a cult.
oh,
Is a cult in the Sunrise District. You know that they are like a good, but they're like a good cult. They like worship some sort of like hipster, some hipster celestial god
okay, sure.
of like basically like someone of yeah. That's probably all you know. All you know is that they're like they're kind of like not necessarily vigilantes, but they're
So like
definitely
I kind of recognize it, and I just kind of squint and
Yeah.
grunt.
right.
Like
This
I
is-
don't answer.
This isn't.
like,
That's not your bag, right?
right.
You have your
exactly.
own obscure gods of revenge that you follow.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay. Now, Daquan, or do we all want to meet up again, or whatever, or anything else we want to do with our God's Day
Did he
before we
wanted
move on?
like what did he want from me? Like
Oh. Right. I thought we were gonna just move on real quick. I was gonna leave it on a cliffhanger.
I mean, like he's like, all right, let me show
Alright,
you
fine.
this thing I'm going to, and then we
Right.
just
He
cut
shows,
away. And I'm like,
he
what?
shows you the bat. You know, he shows you this badge.
And then Bajko's dead, and we.
No. He's good. Yeah. No. His name is Arcus. Arkus. Arcus belongs. He introduces himself and says that he works for a certain organization. This is what he says. And he shows you that little badge. Just wanted to say that. So I want you to know that our operatives prefer to not work, to do our work so openly. But we just want to say we like what you do, and there have been some developments that your friends might be wanting to know about, involving the events that unfurled under Parrot Island. Which I don't think they really told you about.
No,
really
they
told you about?
didn't.
Yeah.
They haven't. That was before I joined the party.
But, yeah.
He just kind of squints, like he remembered that they said
I'd like
something
to-
about Parrot Island, but he has no idea.
I would like to meet with them. You. And he hands you the little token
Okay.
and says, you can use this to get a hold of me. 25 words. It'll reach my ears. So it's a little token of sending, basically. Like a beeper. Like if you can call it, summon him and he'll show up somewhere.
The one-time beeper. Yeah, and he's gonna be like, it's not my call, but I'll pass along the message.
Very well. Keep standing true.
Alright, now we can go. Meet up. Stay.
Yeah. They're interested in that. Finn. Also, you would have gotten a message via sending as well, by a strong, like a very powerful feminine voice, a voice we've heard already, a voice to Lady Sione, his voice, and you would know this person. You don't have to roll. Someone who's knowledgeable, you would know immediately this is the mistress of Witchwarden Tower. She just gives you a quick message saying, Lady Cragwolf, I have seen your friends and what happened at the Cove. I'm very interested in that pearl.
Can you put her name in chat for me, Eric?
Yeah, for sure.
Please. Yeah, so Finny gets that message. This is probably after she's helped Lavinia through the day, probably, right?
Yeah,
Toward the end of the day.
exactly.
Thank you.
Enough time for powerful people to also start assembling pieces of what's going on.
Yeah, of course. So when I get that message, I want to sort of slip away and cast augury.
Mhm.
And I think I figured out how Finny does it.
Ooh.
I think she takes out a needle on a string and lets it just hover in front of her, and she asks Istis in which way it swings. It's actually like an old wives' tale. I found out what gender of your baby is.
Yeah, I love it.
So, but in this case, she's going to whichever way it swings is like her woe or wheel or
Yeah, exactly. Which way it's pointing and swinging is like all part of the.
I think she just watches it. She gets very like it probably looks like Finny isn't breathing. She gets so still and just lets the string do what she wants. And she asks Istis if the mistress of Witchwarden Tower can be trusted.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's gonna be my ritual for casting augury.
Okay. And if I recall correctly, when you cast augury, is it like a roll to determine? It's not a random answer?
Nope. It's if I've done it so many times in a certain thing that it's random.
Okay.
But here, I can actually, I could do the right
that's
thing and
fine.
put it in chat.
Oh
for
yeah,
you.
do that. Just do it in chat real quick. But I'm pretty sure it's okay. Yeah, it's just if you plan to take the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So if she's trustworthy in the next 30 minutes, you definitely get wheel. This is good.
Okay. Then there wasn't a way. I don't have a way to do sending back. Or can you respond to sending if it's sent to you? I can't remember.
No, I think it's only one way.
Okay, I can't remember if it was one way or not. Then I'm going to leave Lavinia and go to Witchwarden Tower. That'll be what I do.
Okay. Are you bringing the pearl? The fragments.
Yes.
I think as you're... Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, so you will arrive at the tower. The tower is in the... I believe it's the Noble District. It's definitely not the Sunrise or Shadow Shore. Yeah, it's the Noble District. It's the W5. Let me show you.
Ooh, cool.
Oh, Avatar of Wrath mentions they can respond. Yeah, I think you may be able to do a short reply.
Oh yeah, I just couldn't remember who, because I know, is it message like one way? I can't remember. One of them is one way, I think. But I just respond that I'm on my way. We'll talk. That's less than 25 words.
Yeah. So you go to the Witchwarden Tower. You can see that the giant the big old stone tower here is one of the oldest buildings here in the city. It dates back to the literally the founding of this city, before the fallen arches and the bridge here. The thing that you need to know here, that's probably important, is that the symbol on the door for the Witchwardens, normally Weejas has like a skull and stuff on it, like there's sort of motif of like a skull, rose, and usually like with some rubies or gems around it. This one has a skull, but also has sort of like 7 points around it. Yeah, and like the skull and the 7-pointed like double door kind of like opens up, you know, as you kind of are hushed inside, or sort of like welcomed inside by a couple people clad in black. There's not a lot of like light you can see inside, but as you go in, like as soon as like, you cross the threshold, the tower is much bigger on the inside than it is on the out. It kind of resembles a large arcane sanctuary. So I imagine sort of floating candles around, a lot of black, purple, red, lit by warm colors. But it's kind of sparse. But the waiting for you in the lobby is Lady Lux, sort of wearing the Luxione, the wearing the same sort of garb you saw her when she was talking to Korik.
Hello, Mistress Sione. You called for me.
Indeed. I'm willing to offer payment for study those pearls that you found. Is there anything I should know about them?
They're dangerous.
She
Highly
smirks.
dangerous.
Oh, interesting.
They're from... It's from a demon wanting to destroy Sassarin. Why do you want to study it?
As Witchwardens, is our job to know about such things. If we can study it, perhaps we could develop some sort of arcane antidote, some sort of reversal for those afflicted. We know about how fatal it is. We also know about Korik. Yes. I had to see it for myself.
You know that Istis saved Korik, and it was by fate alone that he's still alive, regardless of what he might be now.
Well, that is certainly one interpretation. Not here to argue about theology. I'm just concerned with those who not possess such resolve with fate, with such favor.
Why are you questioning fate, Mr. Sione? I mean, doesn't... And she, like, motions around. Doesn't... As long as someone isn't brought back against their will, Weejas doesn't have a problem with anything. And Korik had a choice.
Oh, this is not a matter of... I'm sorry. And she like stops trying to be so aggressive to you. Or tries, and she apologizes. I'm very sorry. This is not a... I didn't come here welcoming you to argue or worry about any of it. Forgive me. We're getting off on the wrong foot here.
No, it's not that. It's just I worry about this power in anyone's hands, even someone who says they might want to use it for good.
We do not want this power. We want to destroy it. And she looks at you. She seems sincere.
Can I insight check her
Totally.
just to do it?
Yeah, absolutely. She expects you to do it.
11.
Yeah, she's not lying, as far as you can tell.
Power corrupts. And this kind of level of power, I know the reputation of the Witch Wardens, but this is dangerous.
We know. Says very, very, like, assuredly. We understand the risks. That's why we're here to protect Sassarin.
What do I know about the Witch Wardens, Eric? Do I know if there's any, like, kind of... What's the word I'm looking for?
Yeah,
Has anyone, like, been a betrayer in the Witch Wardens before? Is there any kind of, like, conspiracy with them? That kind of
So
thing.
it dates back. You would know this because of your love of history and your time here studying the history of Sassarin and stuff. You know, there was a time when Sassarin was not run by a council. It was run by princes. It was run by pirate princes, the Scarlet Brotherhood. During that time, they relied heavily on 3 churches to really maintain order. Mostly Cord, Weejas, and St. Cuthbert. And the churches are all sort of like complicit in running this. Imagine like the city was basically like lawful evil.
Okay.
And rules are rules. Everyone follows them. Just sort of like
So like most cities.
Yeah, just a very but more like tyrannical, more of just fantasy style, more of a rigid kind of structure, this sort of stranglehold on the city, where a city that tends to be more chaotic good in terms of its beliefs was strangled by more of a sense of tyrannical purpose for about 100 years or so. The fall of this regime is within the last 50 years or so. So this is also something that Korik, Warren would have lived through. To give you a little bit more context to what maybe he was looking at with Weejas and things about problems. And so you would know, back to your question, Katie, yes, the Witch Wardens were used as sort of like inquisitors and secret police at that time.
Okay.
So not a great past.
Yeah.
So
Mr. Sione, I'll give you the pearl on one condition. Or the fragments of the pearl on one condition.
yes.
I work with you to study it. Every step of the way.
That's fair.
All right.
Your direct knowledge. Perhaps Korik could, and she's like changes the subject. Perhaps Korik could also join us.
I don't know if this is his wheelhouse, but I'll offer.
His skin is certainly relevant to this. He has skin in the game.
More ways than one. And she digs it out of her bag. Like, I think she's wrapped it up in like cloth
Yeah,
fragments to make sure she wouldn't lose them, and like tied it up with a little bit of thread, and holds it out to Mr. Sione.
She holds her hand out like in the other hand, so she puts both hands out. She makes a little a beautiful like crown royal purple and gold laced pouch, and you immediately like ploop, into existence. You can hear the weight and coinage inside of it, and it's getting ready to hand it to you.
I don't want your payment. I just want to work with you.
Very well.
Thought all I really wanted was money.
Yeah, she. Forgive me for misreading you. And she snaps her fingers away, and the money goes away. And
That
the
hurt
last
a
thing you
lot.
hear is the
Hurt
sound.
Finny a
Yeah,
lot.
is a
Who
paper
are
bag. You just lost a bag of 100 platinum pieces. It's fine.
That hurt Finny a lot, guys, but
Yeah.
it's what's right. Is it really what's right? Yeah, she doesn't take the money, but she just says, I just expect to help. That's all. Whatever this is, it really greatly hurt a friend. He might still be alive, but he's not the same. And it's hurt a lot of people and killed them, so I want it taken care of.
Witch wardens be happy to help you take care of this.
I appreciate your help.
Oh yeah, cool.
Finny will make some kind of meeting to go see her again, to work on it.
Yeah,
but then
yeah.
Finny
There's
will-
basically like a downtime project kind of thing of figuring out how to stop it from either exploding, like how it exploded, like the cause, like it's how it detonates. How long does it take before it immediately things take effect, that kind of stuff. Like you just have to kind of examine it all. So are there any type of creatures or things that are not affected by it? That kind of stuff, right? Just basically determining the scope of what a Shadow Pearl do.
Yeah, that's all Finny wanted to do.
Awesome. Daquan. Sorry, I know you've been kind of quiet. I'm sorry I didn't get to bring it over to you.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah, I think firstly, Daquan's like going to the Dockmaster's place, Kota.
Okay.
I'm guessing who would know because he knew Isabella, who was like the dock.
Yeah, exactly.
Assistant, right? Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. You press forward to where you would find Koltar. You know that this time they kind of it's probably around brunch time or so. And you have a suspicion where to meet them. Perhaps you spoke to some people. You have an idea. There's a nice little brunch spot here, a pretty fancy place in the merchant district where they like to eat, and dining with Koltar, the guest, a lady
Sounds
Rowan
like
Kalani.
Oh, how convenient.
Koltar is very happy. They're sitting pretty close to each other. Rather than sitting across from the table, they're sitting 90-degree angle between them. They're familial. They both get
Can
up when you arrive. Master
Yeah.
Blacksail.
Can I but before I walk over,
Sure.
could I kind of see how they're interacting as I
Totally. They're not
walk in?
they're not hiding. It's they're behaving as though this is their 15th date.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They know each other.
It's a good way to get in bed with a Dockmaster, right? So, puns intended. He's gonna walk over, and he's just gonna be like,
Before you do, as you're
Yeah.
walking over there, the music, the nice little gentle violin plays playing. Imagine this is basically think very French bistro, right?
Mhm.
Think very fancy or New Orleans, fine dining kind of place, right? So open air coming in off the water, nice white things, magical ever burning candlesticks around, right? As you're walking over there, you see Koltar get on one knee and propose to Rowan. Say, "My love, I can never think of a day without you in my life anymore. I would love it too." And she looks at you, and you've seen her before, and she is feigning surprise that this is happening,
mm-hmm.
and she accepts.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, can I tell it's
Oh.
can I tell she's just
Koltar,
acting?
my love. Yeah. And
Okay.
I was happy to. As you arrive, she's getting a ring put on her finger.
I think as the goes down and whatever music he'd
Yeah.
ask the players to play in this moment.
Yeah.
Like I think I stop and like look at her and I'm just like, and I kind of walk
She-
over.
She looks at you and she does the thing to you. Piltar looks kind of embarrassed that she'd be so ostentatious with the very beautiful engagement ring. But yeah, they get up. There's you arrive through a burst of applause, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be
Funny.
dressed to go eat here? Like, this is like a fine dining. You'd wear like a noble's outfit out to this place. Are you wearing sort of like your work wear?
Nope. I took out the fish cuts off of me and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
wearing like my
Just
my
your normal
pirate
clothes.
wear.
Yeah, you're wearing your normal
I-
clothes here, right? So,
Mhm.
Cool. So I think maybe Koltar doesn't really know you that well, but Rowan does. So Koltar's like, and then Rowan's like, no, it's fine, love. I know. This is my friend Daquan, and yeah, they welcome you over.
Mm-hmm. I walk in and I'm just like,
Everyone's
Oh.
watching you. Keep in mind, this entire conversation, everybody around in this place is watching you. And
oh yeah,
watching
I
this
think for more
exchange,
reasons than
right?
one.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just kind of walk in and go, oh, congratulations. Please let me be the first person to shake your hand. And I go to shake his hand.
Shakes your hand. Yes, I do not believe we have the pleasure to meet. He is younger than you. You're not that old, but he is younger. Rowan's your age. I imagine. How old is Daquan? 28, 27?
He's around that age. He's like
Right.
in his
Maybe lower 30s.
Mhm.
Poltar's not a hair over 21.
I think he's like he's like strike fae. I think.
Okay, sure, yeah.
So yeah, he just goes, yes, I knew your father, the Dark Master. Me and him and Isabella were thick as thieves. Forgive my canter.
Oh, not at all. We're all friends here, Master Blacksail. A privilege. Any friend of Rowan's is a friend of mine.
Well, isn't that just delightful? And I like look to her.
Oh, Daquan, you will not believe it. He just proposed to me. And he's like showing you this.
Well, if
He's
I'd
blushing.
known this was gonna be such an auspicious occasion, I would have gotten you both a gift, perhaps a beautiful lotus.
Ah, yes. So you and Koltar chimes in at this moment when you say that. Be like, yes, she is such a wonderful gardener, isn't she?
Yes, and like I want to see her reaction to this
Yeah,
to see if like
right.
he
Yeah.
knows that she's part of it, or if that's like some kind of secret that she's like
Right.
keeping.
Oh, it's very clear to him when the way he says that how he's oblivious.
Okay. Isn't she though? She seems to cultivate all manner of plants and accoutrement around her.
I know. I always used to say that she has such a soft heart. She loves animals so much. She must be blessed by Alona. Or Alona, whatever the name of the goddess. But you must be blessed by Alona.
Why, I do agree. Although if you've seen her on a bad day, she's the fiery as a dragon.
And then on her best day, she could ride in on a unicorn. Isn't that right, sweetie?
I just like stare at her.
Yeah.
Like
and
smiling.
she's just blushing and she's like, oh. Like, Rowan, I heard about you got a new ship. You're a captain now.
Yes. It's
Yeah, the Sea Wyvern.
been a while. Indeed.
Beautiful ship.
Oh, it really is. Funny enough, I got some scrupulous deeds coming my way. Not too right at the time. But of course, a man such as yourself runs a tight ship. but loose wheels always like to get away from us on happy occasions.
Well, my father might have been up in the years, lost his eyesight, or things like that. I can tell you that I'm going to bring a new day to Sassurin in terms of legitimacy, in terms of how things are run here.
Oh, I hope
ideal.
so.
You can immediately see that how idealic you. And you know that's
it's
never been the case ever in Sassurin.
Yeah, I say I hope so. I really wouldn't like it that you would be besmirched by Isabella's dark deeds. In fact, I'm going to the Dawn Council tomorrow, and I hope I can give some good words on your behalf to distance your relationship with Isabella.
Rowan protects you, runs interference for a moment when that happens, and Master Daquan, Koltar has just been named new Dockmaster of the Harbor and is seated and taken his father's spot on the Dawn Council.
Well, that's good. That's why I'm coming to speak with you, because
How
you're
fortuitous
taking a
that you
new
two could meet again
seat.
tomorrow.
I know.
Could
It
I
is
come?
so good.
I would love to come. And Koltar looks and is like, "Oh, well, it's kind of a private affair, but what do you say? Would you let her come? He kind of is leaving space for you to maybe push him open or not. It's against the law, or not necessarily against the law, but like it's against common tradition. But it's not uncommon for nobles to nobles who are relevant to things to show up to Dawn Council meetings to speak on them, thank them.
But it's like
things
a
that.
closed meeting.
Yeah, it's more like it's kind of like you don't want to invite anyone to it, right? People don't sit there and listen to it. Right?
So I just say,
Yeah.
well,
Would you let him?
me being a fine captain, I'd hate to do anything that would break the law, wouldn't you?
Oh, certainly, but House Kalani has a lot to say about the wards here. Their house has always been a right to the side of Islarn's. He's trying to say it as respectfully as not as the shining example of what a minor house could be. Right? But he says it in a very nice way. It's not a put down. Right?
Yes, of course, and only with you at their side, they can only rise to be better.
Thank you. I can't wait to tell my mother. Heldrat's gonna be so excited.
I believe so. I was actually coming in to speak with my old friend, actually. Rowan. I believe me and her family have some business to discuss. Your extended family, not your immediate.
Well, I don't see why I couldn't be privy to it.
Oh, yes. Well, it seems some of the areas that I was auctioning and trading have come under some scrupulous, nefarious deeds. You know, those Lotus Dragons? I believe some of them have merged some of my wares and have put me in a bad spot.
Oh.
Actually, Cottle, you could help me with that. What do you think of these Lotus Dragons?
Scum, he says. Absolute, despicable individuals. All of them. I would personally deliver justice myself if we ever found them, but they seem to be elusive. They hide like rats in the Shadow Shore district.
Masks in
Such a
plain sight.
disgraceful part of our city. Ugly boil to
agree.
be lanced.
Swiftest of justice. Did you? And I kind of sit down as I'm doing this. Did I ever tell you? And I'm probably going to bring this up tomorrow about my dealings with the Lotus Dragons single-handedly. Well, with some of my wards, ransacked their hidden base, broke their whole operation, made them flee into the night. I was face to face with their leader.
What did you say? What did you say to them? She says. That sounds so brave of you.
I'll say, well, if you would, my lady, I'll reenact it for you. See, I got right, and I like
Yeah.
turn over on this, and I say, I got right in their face, and I said, leave Sassorin to those who deserve to rule, or the black sail will wash over you. And I'm like, basically, like threatening her in this.
Yeah,
way.
I know when you're doing it, the double speak in front of them.
Yeah.
Do that. Ooh. What a terrible visage to behold. I'm sure they must have ran off already to Cauldron or somewhere else. There's you're so brave.
If only, but I know where they lie.
Well, wonderful. Master Blacksail, has been a privilege to talk to you, but if you don't mind, we would like to, we'll speak more on these matters tomorrow. And you could do all of the reenacting you want in front of the whole council.
Oh, of course I will. I'll be seeing you later, both of you. Have a good evening.
Oh, I would love to. You must come over sometime. We would love
Thank
to
you.
have you.
I will.
Bring
Sometimes
your friends.
unexpectedly to
And-
bring surprises, and I like walk out.
Perfect. Ah, that's so good. Good scene.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, but not great.
Yeah, but information.
Plans within plans. Yep. Cool. Are we all gonna reconvene, or arena time, or what?
I think actually Finny, the next morning, would be waiting at the, because she knows, it's the day everything gets back to normal, be waiting at the arena to find Boshko and Quark. She has no idea where Daquan goes off, where he fucks off to in his time. But she knows that eventually at the arena she'll probably see either Boshko or Quark.
I feel like she doesn't want to know what Daquan does with his
No, that's why. No, she doesn't. No, well, he doesn't want to know what deal she's making in her fucking time. He's probably gonna be pissed if he finds out about the pearl.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So there's definitely going to be a new fight today. One of the first new ones after the Wormfall. It's kind of the start of a new fighting season, right? Because there's a big old like seasonal time for fighting, and the late summer and fall is like the peak time. We don't have a sort of like champions tournament or anything like that, but it's just a matter of this. These are like the legal seasonal fight matches. Like if you were boxing, right? This is like where you get your record. So I think what I'm going to do here is come up with, make sure the arena is set up. Okay, good. Did it right. So, yeah, so we move up to the Champions District, to the Sassarin Arena. And you all will be squaring off against I guess, will they give them, how much information do you have about the fighter beforehand? Let me just ask you all. Like, would you know their name
You probably
or
know their
reputation, or is it-
name, and like if you know
Yeah.
anything about that name, like who that person is by like their stage name or whatever.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
You have a tough fight against them. Yeah, so I think you would know this guy. Their name is Worf. And I think because you're all veterans fighters, you know that he used to be an older fighter. He's a Knoll, who's from the Amidio jungles, who's been brought in.
He used to be an older fighter,
No.
but then he took a potion of youth, and now
Then he became a Knoll. No, he was an older fighter who fought as a Knoll, kind of as a hunter, but he's rebranded, basically, and has some new tricks up his sleeve, and he's ready to show them off to you. So you know that he's skilled with a bow. You know that he's skilled with sort of like traps and sort of tricks like that. But you're not sure what the twist is. Rumor has it that he is he's been working alongside some members of the, like he has some friend on the inside of the Witch Wardens or something, and has been working a little bit more with magic. Well, you know.
Let's throw
I
down.
like magic.
You just hear Finny in the crowd. Go, Korak! Go, Bush, go! But she's placing a bet on the other guy.
Okay. Really? Damn.
Yeah, hardcore. Like she's
That's
placing like
cold.
5 gold to the other guy to win.
Cold.
Yeah, that is cold.
Right.
You do the same thing.
So, this is we come to the Sassarin Arena, and there's some things to be clear before we begin the fight with y'all. So you guys are welcome in. Do you? This is gonna be like a 2v1 kind of fight here. Do you have like a duo name for fighting together? Is there like a?
We've never fought together before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I know.
I feel like Korik took Bajko under his wing and like has been mentoring him, but I don't think they've actually fought together before. But do we come up with a name? Like
But basically duos.
something
There's more
something
money
fishy.
in duos. Something fishy. Okay. Yeah. It can just be a TBD right now as we come up with a name later.
Yep,
Alright.
that's fine.
Yeah, and we'll come up with what your announcement, like walking on stage, music is too, right? But you're cheered on. What I'm getting at is that you're cheered on first, and you're welcome to more of like an empty arena until, or excuse me, the empty like your opponent's not there yet, and then over the grandstands booms the magic mouth announcing Worf, but Worf is not in the arena. Worf is standing up, sort of like above the arena, sort of like looking down at you all, and like comes out from the sort of like the audience level, and looks down, and then the doors sort of open beneath Worf, and a big old cloaked figure comes in. Looks to be about maybe like 8 feet tall, very broad-shouldered. You can see sort of under the cloak the glint of full plate mail. And you see Worf above, sort of like kind of cheer to the crowd a little bit, and then you can see like he like hits his knuckles together, and hits them like twice together, and then you see the suit of armor kind of go beneath him, go limp a little bit, and then as Worf raises, the armor raises too. So you're fighting this sort of cloaked metal mecha, basically, like this little like magically controlled construct robot of his.
More magical bullshit. At least we don't have to worry about hurting him. Let's go hard.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Well, let's get ready to roll initiative. And what's going to happen here is the sword, gets kind of just flings up into the hand of the creature, and another, as it's going to dual wield.
Okay then.
Okay.
Wow, I was afraid I was gonna go
Greenish.
last, but
Don't worry about that. All right.
it's gonna be fine.
Whew.
Work.
Yes. One second. I'm
No problem. I'm
trying to
changing the music over too.
figure it all out.
You should have access to your token, right? Works.
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone see the red bar of health?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yep.
I am going to dash in.
Okay.
I think.
So you dash forward at the robot
Yeah, I think.
construct.
Yeah, I can make it. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to do my bite.
Ah, cool. Yes.
Mm.
All right.
Bite it.
That will hit
Hell yeah.
for
For
6.
6 damage. And then that's my turn.
Yeah. So you tear into the cloak.
All right.
Bashko, what do you do?
Boschko is going to roar loudly as he enters a rage and as he charges forward to here. He's then going to throw a javelin. It's disadvantaged because I'm throwing into combat, isn't it?
No, it's just they have partial cover. They have +2 AC.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Then let's do it. Bam.
Oh yeah, it's a hit.
Sweet. That is 11 damage.
Okay.
And then he starts pulling out his warhammer for next round. And he is specifically, I'm in a frenzied rage because I do need to declare that when I begin my rage.
Yeah. Okay. So in one hand, Worf does like a flick motion, and the cloak flies off of him, like off of what was standing, the armor in front of you. So that means, and it goes to this side there, in front of you, revealing a set of armor. And the cloak is so the sword that seems to be in the hands of the armor lets go, and the sword sort of float there, ready to, but like aimed at you.
Too much magical bullshit.
And you can see like Worf being like, "Huzzah! Here are my tricks!" And so you're actually fighting 4 things. So the first thing is going to be the cloak. The cloak is going to try to basically try to smother you, Oric.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to try to hit you with a slam attack here, or excuse me, a snare. Uh, 17.
That'll hit.
Okay. Can you? You are considered restrained for the time being, as it jumps on you. Like the cloak like jumps on you, and it's like trying to like keep you down on it from moving. You must. Can you make a strength check to see if you're restrained?
Yes.
Like physically, actually restrained right now. DC 14. Okay, that's a 7. Yes, you are. You're probably taken off guard by the cloak's strength, which will probably change in a little bit. But you are restrained, and when you are restrained, I believe they attacks against you have advantage. All
Okay.
right.
Think so.
All right. So one of the swords goes. A 20 for 4
That'll
points of
hit.
damage. A 14 misses.
Yes. That is nice.
Then the armor will punch. At advantage. Worf does like first punch with his left hand and then his right. So he attacks twice. 23 for 3 points of for 4 points of damage, and then a oh, I didn't roll that at advantage. Uh, 14, so it misses. Okay. So you
Yes.
take so each of those does 4 points of damage.
Cool. That's fine. I'm not afraid.
Quirk, what do you do?
Can I still attack while I'm like?
I believe you have disadvantage when you're restrained.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Because I'm going to offset it with a how would a vow of enmity work here?
Restrained creature becomes 0. You can't move speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. The creature has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
You would have to pick a target. There are 4 valid targets here for your vow.
Okay.
You have to pick a target you can see.
It's within 10. I can see within 10 feet of me.
Well, fictionally, you're kind of like getting smothered by this cloak, so
I can't see.
yeah.
That's
Okay.
bad.
That is bad.
You got a
It's so
giant
bad.
magical cloak on your head.
I have a large cloak on my head. Okay, I'm gonna try and rip it off.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm gonna rip it off.
Strength check. This counts as an attack.
22.
You are no longer restrained as you grab it and throw it off of you.
Hell yeah. And then I'm going to use my bite attack again on the cloak.
Okay.
24.
Yeah, you got to beat a 13.
Nice.
Good hit. Cloak's getting ripped up.
And that's my turn.
Ashko.
Okay, dokes. First things first, let me move up into range. And then I'm gonna go ahead and attack the armor. Because Bajko doesn't understand things like concentrated fire. And two-handed hammer. Actually, no, Bajko doesn't have that kind of wisdom. Yeah, so attacking the magical armor, two-handed warhammer. Hurrah! That's totally gonna hit. For some 9 damage, and then I'm going to use my frenzy bonus action to attack a second time. Wow. For another 9 damage. Okay then.
Wow. That's pretty awesome.
Just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 18 damage total, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the armor takes a giant clump out of it. It will not survive another hit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can see, like there's the camera cuts to Worf's Worf's hands, and like it's like sparking, like ah, and gets it like ready to like hit it again, and like the armor reanimates.
Bajko just like yells loudly.
So then he uses his right hand to control the cloak, and the cloak's gonna try to smother Cork again. But it's doing it. It has to. It goes into your square, so it has advantage. But it's attacking at range, so it has disadvantage. So it's a normal roll. And that's a 6. You sidestep out of its way, so it misses trying to snare you. But then the swords go. First sword. Normal roll.
Who are the swords attacking?
You.
Oh, okay.
That's
fine.
16 and 21. I think both of them would hit. So
Yeah,
that's
they both hit.
That's 8 damage, but the armor is going after Bajko.
Okay.
If you want to attack the armor, armor's going to respond. Does it have advantage against you? Because you're
No, I did
Reckless.
not attack reckless. I did not attack recklessly.
right. Okay, that's cool. So then let's get 2 attacks. So first attack. Second attack.
No.
That's a crit for the second one.
Dang it. They both hit.
So 4 and 8.
Okay, and that's bludgeoning damage?
Yeah, bludgeoning.
Okay. So 2 and 4.
Work. The crowd cheers at that blow, but it looked worse than what it was.
Okay.
I yell up at Worf, "Come down and fight your own battles." And I swear a vow of enmity on the cloak, I guess.
Okay.
On the cloak. So I'm going to attack it with my greatsword.
Doesn't have like
things.
vulnerability to all damage. Do that?
You just attacked with advantage.
Oh, you
Yeah, I just attacked with advantage.
Understood. Okay. I'm thinking of the grave domain thing. I'm sorry.
14.
14 hits.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I can't do that. That's fine. 14 damage.
Gosh dang. Almost dead. Definitely will not survive another hit like that.
Hell yeah.
Cool. That's your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Bajka.
Wait till next level when Korik gets to attack twice.
Oh, I know. It's gonna take me forever to finish the
I have to attack 3 times. Okay. Yeah, armor, let's go. Smashy, smashy. Rawr.
Hit.
20. Okay. That is 10 more damage.
Yeah.
Is the armor still up?
Just barely. It's just like it's
Okay.
like crippled and broken on half its body. You can
Great.
tell. You can tell that the way Worf fights with it, that he was totally relying on the fact that it's made out of plate to really kind of save him, and it's not very good at like dodging out of the way.
It's a good thing that
absorbing
Warhammers
blows.
are specifically good
Yeah.
against plate.
Exactly.
I'm gonna smash it again, two-handed, just like I smash into it, and then I just raise up and go, and hopefully
On
I'm
its
gonna
head.
hit this time. Yeah,
Yeah.
18.
That's just enough to hit it.
Oh, that's way more damage than
Oh,
it
yeah.
needed. It just crumbles.
It does. It just crumbles in like a tin can, much like a soda can. Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and similar to what Korik had done, I'm just gonna look up at him and just raising the Warhammer above my head, just bellow.
Yeah. The Worf's very mad at you,
Good, good.
but Worf needs to make a check. With the loss of the construct with the armor, he can't get. You see the swords and stuff, and the cloak kind of just stammer for a bit, and they're stunned for the round. He's as he gets them back together. So they're considered stunned for this round. I think
Cool.
means you get advantage on them.
Sweet.
Stunned opponents. Stunned opponent is incapacitated. It can't move or speak. It fails saving throws, and attacks against it have advantage. They're basically disabled for the moment.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I am going to attack the sword that's next to the cloak. With my great sword.
Absolutely hits.
9 damage, and then I'm also going to
It won't survive another hit like that.
Oh, okay. It's gonna do Divine Smite.
And you shatter the sword.
Great. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm going to shout at Worf. Is this all that you brought to this fight?
It's raging. Yeah.
I want to smash one of the swads. Sword
The
goes.
last one in front of you, yeah.
Yeah. Smash that sword. Oh, that's a miss, I think.
That is a miss. It dodges out of the
That's
way.
okay. I've got another attack because I'm super cool like that.
That's a hit for sure.
21. Yeah,
15.
15 damage, sword.
It's almost broken. It has. It's just hanging on by a thread. It comes down and gets the hilt to it, and you know that the magic of its faltering, you know that it won't survive another good strike like that at all. It would break into a million pieces.
Good. It should.
The cloak. Let's see. Does the connection come back this round? Yes, it does. Okay. So he's going to try to use this cloak that's nearly destroyed. It's going to try to, rather than restrain, it's going to try to attack Korik, slamming it. That should be at advantage. It's entering your space. It's something the cloak can do. And that's a good thing that
As
the cloak,
advantageous as it can get.
yeah, which it would have been a hit, which is why I rolled it. That's a 26. Yeah, so it's going to do 1d2 6. It does 12 points of damage to you, bludgeoning.
I didn't know what I was at. Oh, 21. Okay.
And
Math is
then
hard.
the other flying sword's going to go after you, Bashko.
That's fine. I'm not scared of no flying swords.
16 probably hits.
It does.
4.
That's fine. That's 2 damage. I'll take it.
Work.
The blood running down my bicep just makes me look sexier.
So the cloak begins to rather than trying to like smother you, twists around like a towel, like a wet towel or whatever, and then just goes and punches you with it with this sort of like supernatural shadowy force, and it wheels you around. It's a great shot. The crowd cheers for the strike.
Finny cheers very, very, very low.
Yeah, Korik, it's your turn. What do you do?
Okay. Korik kind of like grabs his like shoulder where like the cloak punched him, like he's in pain, and he uses lay on hands himself. And gives himself his entire pool of health. So he's at 29 now.
Makes sense.
Yes.
Nice.
Makes a lot of sense. And then he's gonna get up and he's gonna use his new sharp shark teeth and he's gonna bite the cloak.
That hits.
10.
You tear the cloak to shreds. And awesome. All there's left is a flying sword. That's been nearly broken and shattered by Bashko. Worf is like, no! As you
right.
defeated it.
There's one sword left. I'm gonna go ahead and attack recklessly so I can get this taken care of quickly.
Hell yeah.
So with advantage, a 14. Does that hit?
No.
All right, I get a second attack. Frenzy.
Yes.
19 will hit. Bam.
Yes, you destroy it.
Well, it gets advantage on its next attack against me, but it's dead.
It is dead. And the crowd cheers. You have defeated Worf.
Broke your toys, boy. Ah.
I paid a fortune for those.
I call him boy, and I'm like 19, so it's fine.
He's very upset that you have destroyed his toys. Arrgh! And then he like gets up, jumps down into the arena, takes off the controls for it, right, and like kind of throws them to the ground and comes over and wants to shake your two's hands, right, and been like, well fought.
Korik shakes his hand. Well fought.
Yeah.
But next time, fight your own battles.
Bashko kind of like slaps him on the shoulder and is like,
Not bad for a mage.
Cool. And yeah, so you guys are you're gonna get your winnings. So each of you are going to earn 100 gold for your victory today. It's 200
Hell yeah.
gold split evenly, I imagine.
I lost 5 gold.
You lost 5 gold.
That's
You
your
only
fault.
bet 5 gold.
Yeah,
That is your
Finny's
fault.
dumb, but she's not that dumb.
You had a sack of an unknown amount of gold that you could have just bet.
And I would have lost it regardless.
Yeah.
But she was not gonna bet on you.
I feel like the bookie that you gave the gold was like, what kind of... I mean, is it really funny that a god of fate bets on something? Ah,
We're not gonna,
yeah,
we're not
I
gonna
think,
talk
I think
about
that's
it.
a weird message sent to the bookie looking
Eric,
at you that you
We're
lost a
not gonna
bet.
we're not gonna talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, the bookie's not going to bring it up, but it's definitely in the air.
You never have to see that bookie ever again.
Never. She didn't even go. Like she'd already given her money to him. She just walks out with her head hanging and just waiting for Mark and Boschko.
Yeah, that's good. So, I think this is. I imagine if you want, we could probably smash cut to a little bit later, because I know we're getting close to ending today. And that I
Yeah,
think.
does Daquan ever show up?
Yeah. Do you show up? Do you show up, Daquan? Later on at this.
It depends, like, on what it was. Like, I'd go.
Or are
to
we just
the-
meeting you at the Dawn Council meeting?
Probably meet at Dawn Council, yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
I'd be doing stuff around.
All right, that makes sense. Cool. So then, like, before I think maybe as you're all going into the you have to head over to the Noble District to go to the Dawn Council meeting in the morning, and or I guess midday. I guess at this point, which is kind of weird because it's the Dawn Council. It meets midday. Whatever. They I guess you're not alone there in the meeting with the 7. In here with everyone is Rowan, Kalani. Lavinia is also here, although she's wearing black. Let me turn off the fighting from the Colosseum. But around you, oh, that's the fighting music. Why did I just do that? My bad. This isn't fight time.
That would have been awkward.
Could
That
be,
would
though.
That'd be extremely awkward.
Or maybe it is, but we don't know it yet.
No. All right. So, to give you a quick little rundown of everyone here, I'm not gonna like bore you with everything, right? But they're each the Dawn Council is made up of every member of each of the districts. The oldest noble families that sort of run each of the districts it comes here. Occasionally, minor houses also show up, especially if they have things to say. And this time, I think several people kind of show up to have this sort of award ceremony for you all. And while you're at the Dawn Council, it's everyone's favorite, Warren, the older man who gets to lead the ceremony here of awarding each of you. For those who don't know Warren, aka everyone other than Korik, he basically he wears a extremely outdated fashion, but very genteel. He sort of wears, if we're wearing, I imagine sort of like an old toga, like sort of like an official kind of toga look that he wears back from way back from the founding of Sassarin. It just hasn't really changed. It's just kind of his thing. And so this old, this really like walking old man begins to say, well, this week was the Wormfall Festival. Time when great heroes have saved the land from Caius, a god that would be of doom and despair. We have all lost someone, knew someone, lost in those terrible times. It is a shame that on its day of remembrance, there was an attack. Attack on the nobles. Attack on Sassarin itself. By despicable individuals. But, just like the times of the Wormfall, great heroes challenged the darkness, challenged the great evil. Met it. Did not flinch. Today, on Water Day, the month of reaping, the 12th of our current year, 596, the Dawn Council like to award the Sassarin Star for heroism to these great four. Please, one at a time, step forward. You deserve this. We thank you. Sassarin thanks you for your service. Who steps forward first?
Daquan.
Yes,
Daquan steps forward.
that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Cool. Yeah, so they give you a chance to shake everyone's hand. Here is the young Keltar. He's like clearly looks like he bought a brand new top of the lines kind of like clothes from a some sort of haberdashery seamstress, tailor's outfit. Brazen. It would look ostentatious, probably even in Greyhawk City itself.
So,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question? So, this other question, Arcado, what does this mean? What does this item mean?
Just an
Like
accolade.
the star, right? Like,
It's not like it's not quite a keys to the city, but if you wore that around, you could expect people to do favors for you. You are.
does it mean that
city to city.
our words have weight, kind of thing?
Yeah, your words would definitely have weight. You're small time celebrities.
Okay, so and I'm sorry, everyone, as Daquan takes this, he just says, "Yes, thank you for this. We found many things. A island that was besmirched by a dark abyssal creature, by a black pearl creatures that were mutated from normal men. Assassination attempts and Lady Lavinia by her brother and others involved, but mainly all of this brought about by the Black Lotus, who have been dealing with the Crimson Fleet. You, Rowan, leader of the Black Lotus, have been doing these things, and if you believe in our words and in Istus, I have one here who can draw the truth out of them." And I point towards Vinny.
There's audible gasps in the council. They go, "Oh, there's no," and Rowan looks to Keltar, and Keltar says, "How dare you make such accusations?" And from this council.
Lavinia can back up my claims, as I had said this once before, as we all have, which we did when we went back to Lavinia.
This is, yeah, I think, interesting.
Josh, don't sit there and look so fucking pleased with yourself.
Yeah.
You wanted to come.
You made this
You have
so
so many
hard
truth.
for all of us.
Why did you do this?
Boshko is like reaching for his weapons that he didn't bring with him to this council meeting, and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just,
everyone's
like, kind of
armed.
like
right.
his hands.
Yeah, and I think that's what we call it today, with the accusation hanging there. That's
Hey,
perfect.
you
Wow.
Good.
He's on the
No,
truth.
it's good.
You
It's
can
good.
do so in the truth.
That's really
She
good.
can choose to fail it.
She can't choose. No, she
No,
has to
she
do a
can
saving
choose.
throw.
I know she
Yeah.
lied though, but she can choose to fail it and not tell us anything. I just know
Yeah.
she chooses to fail it.
Silence speaks louder.
Oh my god!
Accusing a noble is a very, very serious crime.
No matter
I mean,
how
we've got
heavy your
this
words
star. We've got Lavinia.
You
I'm
certainly
just
just gave it to you. That doesn't work that way.
That's right. That's right. They gave it to me. They acknowledged me. That means the
Right.
truth will come out now.
We were literally getting awarded.
That's all Korik wanted in his life was an award.
Hey, look, I don't know this in character, but the witch woman, she holds you in high esteem as well.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, we will see. We'll see what comes of it.
Look, all right, hashtag drama.
We
Yeah, that's perfect. I love it. I love it so
we
much.
kicked Daquan to the curb.
Yeah. That was
Finney's
super good.
already like 5'3". She goes down to a solid 5 feet. It's just done. Bye. Goodbye.
Right.
Let's do some outros. Katie, take it away.
Yeah, I'm Katie. You can find me on Twitter at KatieFace. You can find me through the week playing Dungeons and Dragons, Burning Wheel, Urban Shadows, which is tonight on Off the Table. Here on Tuesdays, on Thursday on Scoticus's channel is the finale of Monster Hearts, finally, because I was sick last week. And then this weekend on my channel, twitch.tv/KatieFace, is my D&D game. Finally, we're back together. We had some holiday scheduling issues. So yeah, just follow me for what I do. I tweet about it.
I think it's my turn. I'm Dempsey. You can find me on Twitter at DempseyDMC. And I really enjoyed playing today. I love Korik, and I'm really upset because Korik wanted in life was some accolades. He just wanted his name to be recognized, and he's never gonna get that. Thanks, Daquan.
Oh, you could get the best accolade.
You could have
Listen,
stepped
we
forward
could-
first. You could have got it before this all went to hell in a handbasket.
Listen, narratively, we all knew Daquan was going to step forward first. We all knew.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
Wow, that's me, yeah.
That's me.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, and hey, I am Pro Starter. I loved today's session. It's bringing things from the left field. That's what I love to do. Getting all that drama. Catch me on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram, all under the same name. All the stuff I'm doing right now is currently being posted on Twitter. Eric, thank you for having me. Love playing with everyone.
And I'm Kelsa. You can find me on Twitter at Kelsa. On Twitch and YouTube, it's Kels Delphi. I play role-playing games on the internet. You can find me here on my own channel and over on AP Gaming Reel regularly. I got some stuff coming up after I learned that the new Splat book for Genesis, the Android Shadow of the Beanstalk, is going to be coming out soon. I'm super into that, so I'm very excited that I'm going to put something together on that for your viewing enjoyment. I'll let you know more when I know more. The early 2019.
I forgot to say, this Friday, and Josh is going to be with me, we're doing a Scum and Villainy campaign on my channel. I've never played it before, but I'm really excited, because I sort of like Blades in the Dark, and it's a Forge in the Dark system, but in space.
Yeah.
So,
Fun.
I don't know anything about this game.
So at 2 Central Standard Time on my channel, twitch.tv/KatieFace, you can come see me and Josh. It'll be our session 0, so we're building characters, building our ship and everything. Will we be friends? Will we be tense enemies? Who knows? You never know with me and Josh. It just happens. So
Okay.
yeah, come hang out and see the game.
Yeah, cool.
Perfect.
Thank you for reminding me too. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you, everybody. My name's Eric. I'm Eric Vulgaris everywhere. I'm Roll20's analyst and just streamer person, tabletop person myself. I love role-playing games. I love this game so gosh darn much. I'm seriously low-key obsessed with this campaign. It's super, super fun. If you want to see what else I do, you can join me and Katie, I think tonight for Urban Shadows. I think that's happening over at Off the Table at like 7 o'clock or so. And the rest of that, yeah, I'm kind of between. This is like it's winter, it's the holidays, so I'm kind of like my schedule is sort of shifting back into now, getting ready to go into 2019 with a bunch of new campaigns. I'm super excited, and we're super excited to continue here, and we're extremely thankful for the Greyhawk channel for letting us play here in their house and ruin everything. So it's super nice of them. Thank you. Thank you, Mage and Sage. Thank you, chat, for hanging out with us today. Thank you, Avatar of Wrath, for the sending spell reply rules. Yeah, with that, I think we're gonna get out of here. Bye, everybody.